3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Whether you've been married 1 or 20 plus years, at some point, you realized you were married into crazy.
And that's what our podcast is all about. We offer love, laughter, and a dose of reality as we unpack this crazy thing called marriage.
So sit back, relax, and get your ear hustle on. It's time to start the conversation.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to episode 172 of the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey.
I'm Snooks.
And I'm Lovey. She does that on purpose to try and throw me off.
He loves to say that. I just introduced myself. My name actually comes first, so why wouldn't I say Snooks before you say Lovey?
Oh, you're getting territorial. Okay.
Just saying.
I see how this. I see
with
how this
Snooks
episode
and
is
Lovey.
going.
You don't say with Lovey and Snooks.
You know what? Welcome to the Lovey and Snooks show.
That doesn't quite flow.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't sound the same.
Thank you.
Hey, so what we wanted to do is welcome each and every one of you back to the podcast. We have a blast every single week, just sitting down, chopping it up with you. In case you're new to the podcast, we are a couple that is married for close to 25 years.
Yes, close to 25 years. And we actually just celebrated our 26th meet-iversary. And what that is, 26 years ago on December 16, Lovey and I met for the first time.
We did. We met. And, you know, her parents paid me a pretty steep fee to marry her. I wouldn't call it a dowry. It was more of a, please take this chick off our hands. And
I'm not even going to address that because it's so ridiculous.
Anyway, no, but yeah, it was our meet-iversary. People always think it's funny that we talk about it, but it was a pivotal time in our life to actually meet each other and forced to meet each other.
I was about to say, I don't know if we should say it was pivotal, but it was funny.
It was pivotal for me.
Why?
Because I met you.
No, I mean like pivotal.
It was a new breed for me.
I know. I was saying, you're like, it was a pivotal time in our lives. Like we were just downtrodden and, you know, out there working a farm and whatever. It's funny, and I think it needs to be celebrated just because of the amount of time that it took for Lovey and I to meet. Initially, I was, you know, approached about, that's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. That was like over 6 months had passed, and the powers that be were trying to get us to meet each other. And I wasn't having it. Lovey wasn't having it. And then we were just forced, like you said. We were bamboozled.
We're tricked into meeting each other.
Yeah.
And so, again, if you're new to the podcast, not only were we tricked into meeting each other, her ex-boyfriend, estranged, ended up stabbing me. And there's all kinds of drama that took place. But you have to go back and listen to the podcast. Here's the thing. We share that with you because we talk about marriage and all things related to marriage. We bring you guests, speakers, experts to talk about different topics, subjects, what have you, all to just make sure that we're having a great time and trying to lift our marriages up. And for those of you that aren't married, as you know, we're just trying to give you some tools and some resources. So that way, when you get to the point where you find the one, that you've got some tools in the toolbox to help you ensure that you only get married that one time.
As you doing dance move, tools in a toolbox.
It's funny. and those of you that have been divorced, look, no shade, because it's one of those things where sometimes, you know, we operate off the premise of, oh, we're supposed to marry this person. Oh, it feels so right. And then everybody doesn't show up to the dance, so to speak, you know, wearing their clothes. Meaning it's like they're putting on a show and you don't discover it until too late. And you ever meet somebody where, like, think about when you went to the club early on and person looked good, smell good, and you're like, yeah, okay.
In the dark?
Huh?
I say in the dark.
In the dark. And, you know, sometimes before you even had any drinks. And you sit there and you're like, okay, I really like this person or whatever. They look good. And then you find out, you know, that they're not quite who they said they were. They act differently. As a matter of fact, they don't even dress the same way because they were borrowing clothes for that night, that event, that one time. It's just, it was a complete facade. And so I get it where some people end up just realizing that, oh, you know what? You're not who I thought you were. And sometimes I'm not who I projected who I was going to be. So things happen. People grow apart, what have you. But we still try and provide some tools to help people move forward. So this podcast is just about all things marriage. Doesn't matter if you're divorced, if you're newly married, if you're about to get married, if you just like hearing something entertaining. We hope we're entertaining from time to time. What?
Or if you just want to hear some entertainment. It's
Hey,
funny.
it's about edutainment.
Edutainment?
Edutainment. Education and a little bit of entertainment.
Oh, okay. I got that.
For those
Got
of you
it.
out there that like dad jokes, because apparently all of my jokes are dad jokes.
Well, you are a dad, so and mind you, this not coming from me. It's coming from his children. So sorry. I'll let her know she hurt your feelings.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of her shout out. That's it. That's so I'm gonna double down. Babe, Shanti, that is your shout out and also the proclamation that you have been removed from the will.
Wow.
Let it be known.
Wow. Just cut it out. That's
No.
funny.
No, so that's it. No, anyway, so that's who we are. So if you want to learn more about us, go to marriedintocrazy.com, right? And you can go there and check out our coaching tab as well as some of the other information about us and what we do. There is a monthly question tab on there as well that we're going to get to in just a little bit. But there's a lot of different things. So that's who we are in a nutshell.
Okay.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, well,
I'm a little tired, but I'm good.
Well, remind them why you're tired.
Okay. I am tired because
All that sex. No?
that's not it. No.
Okay. All right. My bad.
No, I'm just tired because of school. I started my master's program and
What kind of master's program?
master of social work.
I should interview you.
Oh, really? Oh, because last time you did, what'd you do? Yeah, what is that called?
It was the metronome.
Metro. Thanks. Shout out to Ruthie for saying, there's a clicking or a ticking when Snooks is talking.
Anyway, you know what? Don't bring up old stuff.
You see that, Ruthie? Okay. Anyway, yeah, I started my master's program and just trying to.
What kind of master's program?
I don't remember. It's master of social work. I said it before. Yes, I did, babe. See, just that quickly, you just toned me out.
Rewind the tape.
Okay, and you heard me say master of social work. Yes, I did. Anyway, so just keeping up with homework and work and us. It's hard, and shout out to those that have different roles and different hats that they wear within their marriage, because sometimes you're working, and if you have activities or you have kids, you have to be there for that. If you have a side business, you have to be there for that. If you, whatever it is, you're in school, you have to do that. And trying to balance, that work, family, school, yourself. Because in that, and it's so funny because I totally just missed that. In that, talking about the different hats that I wear or that other people wear, so many times we forget about ourselves. Self-care is so important. It's so important. And we forget about that, and we just keep going, and we just conk out, So it's not work if it's not work, family, school balance, it's work, family, school, self balance.
Is self always supposed to be the last thing?
No, it's not supposed to be the last thing. It's actually supposed to be the first thing.
Right? Because they take a
That's
picture
what
of
they
life.
say. I was about to, well, I didn't say the life jacket, but kind of what on the airplane when the oxygen mask that drops down, you got to put yours on before you could put anyone else's on.
Amen. That's true. And so, yes, so she is tired all the time. So what I did yesterday, which you're like, why are you so proud of that? Look, when you hear what I'm about to do. So what I did was I called Snooks. I was excited. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm off. I'm going to go to the store. I had a dentist appointment. So on the way back, I was like, I'm going to go by the store. And are there any items you want me to pick up? And for those of you that have been longtime listeners, I hate grocery shopping.
I didn't tell you to make groceries.
No, but I was just saying. I hate groceries, but I said I'm going to go buy the grocery store. I'm going to pick up items. Tell me what you want.
So
Oh, I just only need a couple of items.
So I sent him a text. He told me to send him a list. I was at work, so I sent him a list of the items that I wanted because in my mind, I was, thinking about what I was gonna make for dinner, and he sent a text message back. So we have separate texts. We have a group text at home. Well, I mean, with the four of us, and then we have Lovey and I have our own text stream. So to the group text stream.
And there's three, actually. There's a text stream with our son.
And then we have one with our son. But yesterday, to the group text stream, he said, making spaghetti. Did you say, will you eat it or something like that? If I make spaghetti, will you eat it or something like that? And I text, and I was like, oh, I was going to cook dinner. He's like, no, I'm cooking dinner. I was like, okay, cool. Thank you. So back to the group text. He's like, will you eat it? So I don't think Ashanti responded.
She didn't respond at all.
Ashanti didn't respond. So his twin says, yeah, I'll eat it. I chimed in, but don't make a lot because something about leftovers or something like that.
No, Kiana's the one that said, I'll eat it, but don't make a lot because I don't eat spaghetti leftovers.
Oh, because I won't eat spaghetti leftovers the next
and I'm
day.
thinking chick. It might have rhymed with kind of sort of with chick, but it wasn't really chick. I was like, okay.
So anyway, I said, I'm not a big avid spaghetti eater. So I said, well,
yep. Tell him.
So I was like, well, maybe, what if you make lasagna? He responds, I don't know how to make lasagna. And okay, this is a text message, but the way that I said it was how I envisioned it coming because it came like that, almost instantaneous. As soon as I typed out, why don't you make lasagna? I don't know how to make lasagna. So I said, well, it's basically the same thing as...
No. She proceeded to text me a cookbook with instructions on how to make lasagna.
I started out, it's basically the same as spaghetti, but then I gave instructions on how to make the lasagna. And then I stopped. After I did that, I was like, but you know what? You're cooking, so go ahead and you
Here's
make
my
the
face
spaghetti.
the whole time. For those of you watching on YouTube. Because I'm like, how you going to... I'm all excited. I'm like, okay, I got the ingredients. I added it. I got extra stuff on top of the list that she gave me. And I thought, okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to go in and I'm going to get some extra ingredients because you know what? We haven't had spaghetti in a long time. I know I can at least make that. So let me make that for the family. That way Snooks doesn't have to worry about anything when she comes home. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling myself like, okay, I'm doing big dad things, right? I'm like, all right. And
Big dad.
I was like, okay, so this is how the responses look. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube right now, you got to go to YouTube to see this part. So my face was like this. When I'm texting, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm texting. Like, okay, I'm going to make dinner, and I'm all happy. And then when I get the whole, well, don't make a whole lot, my face went from this to like, oh, well, have you thought about making this instead? Then it was like, and then
But
I kid you not, I was like, see, sometimes I want to cuss on this show. Because I was like,
gosh.
no,
Well,
see,
you were going
this
to
is
call
why.
and cuss me out or something?
No, I said it on my show. I didn't say cuss you out.
Okay.
I said cuss on the show. But I didn't cuss on the show. I'm thinking certain things, but I'm not saying certain things. And I was like, okay, see, this is why I don't want to do stuff because then you get those instructions like, oh, well, just try this. But so in all honesty,
yes,
I did have a moment of clarity. And I thought, wow, is this what it feels like?
Amen. Up top. High five me.
I'm not going to high five you.
High five me.
Right.
Come on, high five.
What am I even talking about?
Is this what she feels like every single day when I tell her what she should be doing? Is this how she feels? Is this the reaction that she gives? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what we're going to go?
No. Yes, that's exactly what I did have that moment of clarity where I thought, wonder if this is kind of like what she feels like when I come in with the, well, what you need to do is, and what you should do is, and if I was in your shoes, this is what I would do. Or have you thought about, I was like, oh, okay. Now, mind you, even though I did have that moment of clarity, I was still pissed off. Like, y'all don't even deserve my spaghetti now.
But what did I say? I told him. I mean, I didn't even know any of this. I won't say I didn't know because I could feel it. Way over in the next town, while I'm at work, I could feel his whatever he had going on. This bad energy he was giving off. And I texted him and I said, "Hey," I was like, "But you know what? Just go ahead and make the spaghetti. I appreciate it."
She did, and I made it, and there's none left. They
And
loved
we
it.
ate it.
They loved it. So here, it's so funny. Every time I hear the word spaghetti, I think of my old buddy when I was in the service. His name was Rody Shakurit, and he would say Paschetti.
Paschetti.
Paschetti. Making some Paschetti. So
That's
anyway,
funny.
that was yesterday. And like I said, I did have that moment of clarity to where I felt as if I understood, at least for a brief moment.
Okay, so you should always take that understanding with you right before you get ready to say what you should do is, or why don't you just, or if I was you. Okay. Why am I
So
hearing crickets?
What you're basically saying is what you should do. So there you go, doing it all over again.
Mm-mm.
It's just like spaghetti.
Paschetti?
Paschetti. All over again.
Anyway,
No,
so
that was, I thought that was kind of cool,
yeah, it was hilarious because I think I apologized to you when I
You
got
did.
home.
You did apologize.
Yeah, and he just
Because
went off.
she came home and it was smelling so good.
It was smelling good in here. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, "Whoa, is this what it's like?" Okay, so mind you, Lovey is off for 2 weeks. You're on vacation, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, he has this thing that he does. I won't say he has this thing, but it kind of is a thing. For the last however many years, the last couple weeks in December, he's like off. He takes vacation or whatever. And I'm working and he's not working. So I'm thinking that since I'm at work 5 days, you should just go ahead and handle dinner for the rest of the year.
I got stuff to do.
You don't got nothing to do.
Have you seen my Netflix list? I've been toiling away all year long, stacking these movies like one of these days I'm going to watch this.
You know what? I'll give you that because you do work hard and you don't take enough time out to sit on the couch and watch TV.
I tried yesterday.
But-
and I couldn't do it.
But I was going to say, even in that, though, you could still cook dinner and watch your shows.
She already knows. If I watch a show, I am sitting my butt there. I'm catching everything.
He's
I'm watching the
ridiculous.
nuances. I'm watching the body language. I watch the entire thing because there's always certain movies.
You watch cinematography.
I do. there's certain intricacies of the movies where it's like, oh, you didn't catch this, or there was some inference, or there was some omen, or there was some kind of foreshadowing. Something goes on, or something happens in the background that you wouldn't have noticed, or whatever that plays a key part later. You miss all that. How do I know you miss all that? Because Snooks will be doing 5 different things when the movie's playing, and then something will happen, and then she'll be like, wait, hold on, what's going on? Wait, why are they doing that? Then I got to stop the movie, give her the dirty look, and be like, look.
And he does do that.
You need to be watching the movie.
Just sit down. Can you stop? Oh my gosh, we're going to have to rewind it. Rana. I'm not even Snooks at that point. I'm just Rana.
Straight up. I don't deny it at all. But no, so anyway, you're right. I should be cooking more, and I will cook more.
Mm-hmm. For the rest of the year.
Yeah, I can make lots of spaghetti.
Well, we're not eating spaghetti. We ate spaghetti yesterday. I even had some for lunch today.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. That's good. 2 days in a row. That's what's
So,
up.
no, we're not doing that.
Listen, y'all, if you want my spaghetti recipe, you can write in to coaching, because I will be coaching you on your spaghetti skills. Coaching at marriedintocrazy.com. So we went to Italy back in 2018. I should have had a cooking class in Italy about how I make my paschetti.
Oh, wait. And when we were in New Jersey, the dude, the Uber driver, he was
Oh, The dude
I
from
don't
Jersey,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's talking about the restaurants to
all
go
the
to.
restaurants to go to, all the
All
Italian
he talked
restaurants.
about was
Oh,
spaghetti sauces.
oh my goodness.
It was
Yes,
hilarious.
it was so
It was
hilarious.
so Sopranos.
Swear, right?
It was. It was straight up
Swear, right?
Sopranos.
And when, because he was like, yeah, something, something, yeah, because you know the wise guys. I forget about it. I was like,
I was like, is
oh
this
my
dude putting on a
gosh,
show right now? Or
I
what?
swear, I forget about it.
But it was he was the real deal
He
though. It
was
was funny.
real, yeah.
But anyway, so that I don't know how we got on that subject.
Oh, I don't know either.
But look, here's the thing. What we'll get is we'll quickly transition. I mentioned it earlier about going to our website, but it is Christmas in a couple of days. Actually, by the time you hear this, on the very first run
It'll be
on Wednesday,
Christmas. Yeah,
it'll be
the 22nd or something.
3 days before Christmas or 2 days
Okay.
before Christmas. So what we want to do is honor that with our Christmas, with our Christmas question, the question of the month on marriedandcrazy.com on the monthly question tab. Can you read the question of the month?
I can. Without any restrictions, if you could celebrate Christmas anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
So thank you for those individuals that called in or left. I don't want to say called in, but actually went to the website and left your recording of your answers. And without further ado, we want to make sure you actually have an opportunity to hear it right here.
If I had the opportunity to travel anywhere in the world without any COVID restrictions during Christmas time, I would 100% choose Germany because I just imagine Germany having like the most amazing Christmases with their Christmas markets and just the culture there. I just think that it would be like nuts. So that would be my place I would go for Christmas. And then runner up would probably be London.
Hey, this is Derek and Alicia Wells from Elk Grove, California. So we were asked the question, if we could go celebrate Christmas anywhere in the world, where would we go and why? So I thought Jerusalem would be a cool place to have family and friends go to, do like a destination Christmas and just celebrate Jesus and just be with family and friends, just like in an intimate setting, and but also have an opportunity just to kind of explore. I thought would be pretty cool. But that just kind of depends on whether or not family was able to travel. Otherwise, you have to be probably somewhere local like Lake Tahoe, just renting a huge cabin and just having a good time amongst family and friends. What about you, Alicia?
And my answer to this question is I don't really have a particular destination that I would like to celebrate Christmas, just as long as wherever I was celebrating it, the whole family could be there. So there's no real particular place. The most important thing to me is just that family is all together, celebrating the birth of Jesus, celebrating each other, and just making memories.
All right. Thank you, Married Into Crazy.
If I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go to celebrate Christmas and why? I would actually stay in Michigan and I would fly everybody here, including my adult children, my brother, my aunts, and things like that. So I would fly them home because the majority of the family's here so that we could celebrate Christmas together because that is what's Christmas to me is family.
So those of you that are still listening, where would you go for Christmas? What would be the most incredible place if there were no restrictions that you would go to?
Where'd you go?
Me?
I think we answered it with Terrell and Courtney, but where would you go? Sometimes it depends on the mood you're in, too.
It does, because I'm pretty sure it changed. But a lot of mine, honestly, I've always wanted to spend Christmas in a tropical area. I mean, we seem to have tropical destinations always, but I would love to spend a Christmas in someplace like Hawaii or Tahiti or Tahiti sounds good, or Bora Bora, or something like that. Um, I don't necessarily want to go to my number one place that I want to go, just period, because to go see the Aurora Borealis this time of year, I'm not down with like the super, super cold, and I would have to believe that it's extremely cold right now.
Oh, it's freezing.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm down with all of that. I'd rather go during a summer month or sometime when they actually are showing, maybe earlier in the season. But yeah, someplace tropical like Tahiti or Bora Bora or Bali, someplace like that, where they have the Christmas trees or the palm trees up with the lights and all that. I think that would be kind of dope because that's usually the best time of year to visit those places. It's like the high season where it's expensive because that's when.
Of course, you would throw that is expensive in there, but okay.
What about you? Where would you want to go?
To a Thomas Kincaid picture.
With all this, you mean like the cabin?
Good Lord. Now, here's the thing. I do not like cold weather at all, but those pictures are absolutely beautiful. And I'm like, I want to go there. Wherever that is, I want to go there, and I want to have a Christmas there. And I can go outside and throw one snowball, and I can go back inside and sit by the fire and whatever. But yes, I want to go there.
Okay. I have some ideas. The challenge is you want to go places where I have to drive you to, and I don't like driving in the snow.
I was going to say they have airplanes, but no, I guess you can't
Well,
land
no.
a 747
Get
down
an
in
Uber.
somebody's
You
backyard.
take us to the cabin, Uber.
Well, there's that. Yes.
So no, that's a good idea. Okay, so we'll check it out.
So, I thought about something too. It's like our question of the month is about Christmas, but just recently we just had a conversation with Ashanti. So we have a tradition in our
Oh, my
family. Whatever. We have a tradition for Christmas Eve, and we watch a Christmas movie. Well, we talked about our 25 Days of Christmas, but there's one particular movie that we watch on Christmas Eve, and it's Prep and Landing. And actually, it's Prep and Landing, and there's two of them in there. So we watched that. So just today, Ashanti said that she did not like Prep and Landing. And I was like, what? How do you not like that movie?
You should have saw the look of offense that was on Snook's face.
I was like,
She's like, you are not my child.
I'm shocked because you never said anything. She's like, I never liked it. Well, I did at first, but after watching it so many times, I'm like, really? You see it once a year, so many times. So our Kiana, if it was her choice, she would pick This Christmas, because for one whole year, every single day, Kiana watched This Christmas. So she was like, I don't even understand why that's not the movie for the Christmas Eve movie. I was like, well, because I thought, Dad, you were the one who picked the Prep and Landing. But I always wondered, so what would be your favorite Christmas movie, or what would be your Christmas movie that you would watch?
Are you asking me?
Well, I'm asking you,
Everybody.
and I'm asking everybody. I mean, it's not, because now it's too late.
It's not
'cause
question of the month.
Christmas, no.
But you know what? Feel free to go to marriedandcrazy.com. There's on just about every page, there's an opportunity to use SpeakPipe, which is just simple recording. Press the button, leave your recording, and we'll get it in our email, and we can always add it to our next podcast.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
We've got one more for the year, so that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. What would your Christmas movie be?
Okay, all-time favorite Christmas movie?
What?
I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I think I would pick something like, there's a collection of movies. On one hand, like you said, it's the moods. On one hand, I want to see some Die Hard movies. The Bruce Willis series, because those are Christmas movies. Because every one of those happened around Christmas. It was the holidays.
It was the holidays.
So I'd say there's any of the Bruce Willis Die Hard movies. I love Claus that we discovered last year.
Was it just last year?
It was just last year that we discovered Claus.
Okay, that's a good one.
I don't even know what year that came out, but
Well,
it's
it
relatively
came out on
new.
Netflix.
Yeah, but it's relatively new.
Yeah.
Was last year the first year?
I don't know if last year was the first year or not, but yeah, I liked it. It was good.
So I like Claus, but certain parts, not the whole movie, but certain parts of Elf, I really love.
With what's his name?
Yeah, with Will. Will, what's his name?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
I was finna say the guy with the
triangle. We need. What did he have?
The cowbell.
Oh yeah,
That's a big-
cowbell. It's like we need more cowbell. Yeah, that's Will Ferrell. So I like Elf. There's parts of Elf that I really, really like. I like This Christmas.
Yeah, I love This Christmas.
I don't know. There's always something. I know you don't particularly care for it, but I like the one with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a
Oogity boogity.
not a
I
big
like that.
fan of that one. I don't know why, but I just
And then of course there's my classics. You know, the old claymation stories.
Santa Claus is coming to town
Yep, with Herbie.
with Herbie.
Herbie's little elf,
Oh,
the dentist.
Oh yeah, that's
Island of the Misfit.
no, that's the year without a Santa Claus. That's that one.
Is that the
Santa
year
Claus was sick or something?
I don't think that was the one. Of course, then there's the Heat Miser one.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. No,
No, the one with something to do with Rudolph, because Rudolph and
Island
Herbie
of the
ran
Misfit
away.
Toys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was pretty cool. So all of those are always cool. What about you? What are your favorite movies?
Oh my gosh, my favorite, The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay, Muppet Christmas Carol's cool because I love Gonzo and
Oh my god,
Rizzo
I love
the Rat.
that. I love Muppet Christmas Carol. I like all. Actually, I'm just a Christmas Carol type of fan. I love the Christmas carols.
Okay, so
And-
why won't you let me watch the one with Bill Murray?
Scrooge?
Yes.
I didn't say you couldn't watch it. I just didn't want to watch it that night.
Okay.
So there's a movie actually, and it's called I want to say it's called Bonita, and it's
Benita Applebaum?
no, Cicely Tyson is in it. It's Cicely Tyson stars in it, and it's like a Scrooge, a Christmas Carol.
Really?
Yes.
I've never even heard of that.
I want to say it's called Bonita. I saw it one time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, fell in love with
With
it.
Cicely Tyson.
Cicely Tyson. Okay.
Okay, y'all.
I'm gonna
Listen,
look it up.
y'all need to go to
I'm
work
gonna look it up. I'm gonna
and
look
get
it up.
You gonna look it up right now?
No. Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
am, but
don't.
no. Anyway, but I'm saying it's called Bonita, and I think it's called Bonita, but it's Cicely Tyson. She's the Scrooge, not the Scrooge. Yeah,
Ebenezer?
Bonita. It's her, and it's a Christmas Carol.
Okay, I need to see that.
Well, if you could ever find it, because I saw it one time, and I was like, how come I've never seen this before? And I never seen it again afterwards.
Interesting.
Interesting.
We need to call Hayward and find out and put him to work.
Oh, yeah. Have Hayward do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Hayward.
Hayward, if you're listening, so we have a friend, we have an insider. We just watched his short film, but Hayward
Alpine.
Crawford. Yep, Hayward Crawford, and he just entered it in several different festivals. Hayward Crawford's an up-and-coming director, amazing guy. He's done music videos. He's done, of course, movies, short films, all that. But Hayward is our resident movie expert. And so I'm going to reach out to you, Hayward. So, Hayward, if you're listening, we definitely want to get a line on Ebenita or Benita. Not Benita Applebaum. That's completely different. That would be Tribe Called Quest. So, anyway. No, hey, do us a favor. So, go and answer the question, and let us know. What are your favorite Christmas time movies? Whatever they might be. I think it would be interesting to find out what everybody watches. We'd love to discover some new films. So, like Ebenita or Benita or whatever. Snooks has just checked out of the entire podcast because all she's doing now, she's reading the life story of Cicely Tyson.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to find a movie. Because
No.
I know you don't believe me. But anyway, let's
Can
go.
we do it another time? Thank you. So, no, I think
No, we're going to do it now. No, go ahead.
no. So this is going to be a short podcast. So I think that you know what, we're going to leave it right there. And wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
That's all?
That's all. And want you guys to really enjoy your families, enjoy your time, be safe. I know that in our household, well, you know what? No, we're not leaving because we're going to talk about this.
What?
So Christmas is going to be at our house.
Oh.
And
Always at our house. So what are you saying?
always at our house. No, but this year's different. So now we're finally able to bring people back in our home, but it's a divided home because I made the mandate and my mother-in-law is upholding it and enforcing it. There's been several of us. There's been two of us that were diagnosed with cancer this past year. Of course, as most of you know, I went through my cancer treatment for 6 weeks and bladder cancer, which I'm fine now. Everything's in remission and good to go. But it is an added emphasis on health. And, you don't invite extra stuff or you don't try and tempt fate. And we have an uncle that was diagnosed with a form of cancer also.
Leukemia.
Or is it leukemia?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's changing his lifestyle and all of that. And again, when you start dealing with this, we need our immune systems to be on point. And so we said that if you're not vaccinated, you just can't come over. And that has created a whirlwind of challenges within the family. Talking about, we're dividing the family, this, that, and the other. There's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of rhetoric flying around. And so I say all that because whatever your choices may be, how you celebrate Christmas, if it's bringing everybody together again, if it's some people are breaking down saying, you know what, we want to have vaccinated or whatever, but we're going to make an exception of it for this one individual just because we never really ever get to see them that often. I hope I don't lose listeners over this, but I'm going to say stick to your guns. My best friend lost her grandfather last year because of that exact same situation where they wanted, to really protect the grandfather and not have too many people around. But a relative came in, a younger relative, ended up having COVID, saw grandfather against some people's wishes, and he did end up getting COVID and died. And it was actually rapid. Within 8 days, the grandfather passed as a result of COVID because it really just took him out. So I say all that because I just want you to be safe. However you're going to celebrate safely, and do it with love. Don't ostracize anyone. We still love those individuals that are creating an uproar. It doesn't change the fact that we're family, but it just, we're looking out for ourselves, our health, so we can be around for many more Christmases.
Mm-hmm. It's like you said, it's touchy for some people, but at the end of the day, we're looking at, like Lovey said, our health, and not just. I'm not just looking out for me. I'm looking out for my husband who has a compromised immune system.
It's not compromised. It's just that I need my immune system to be on point.
Well, my
to
uncle
deal with cancer, yeah.
And then my father-in-law.
Yeah, my dad.
So whatever your feelings are or whatever your beliefs are, just remember at the end of the day, it's about your family. It's about families. It's about coming together. You don't ever want to do something that could potentially hurt someone else, So if that means staying home, if it means wearing masks, or you guys feel like you're fine and you can go and enjoy your families, then do that. But just be careful and just be safe. That's what we want.
Yep, and approach it with love. Look, you're talking about, you're dividing the family because you're not letting everybody in. I'm like, imagine the division in the family that my friends have gone through because, cousin so-and-so got, Papa sick and Papa died. And now you have siblings saying, your son, it's no longer your nephew, my nephew, it's your son killed our father.
Yeah.
And that's division.
Yeah. And
those are the kinds of things that we can't avoid. It's uncomfortable, and save it for the summer where you can be outdoors. We did that, where we had an outdoor gathering, people had to wear the mask and separate and have social distancing, all that, but we were able to come together as a family. Mm-hmm. So, some of the gatherings might only be able to be done in open air because of all the things that keep resurfacing over and over again.
Yeah.
So take nothing lightly, but whatever you do it in love. And if we're celebrating Christmas, do it in the name of Christ. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you're really honoring his greatest commandment.
Also, just want to say Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
To those that will be celebrating Kwanzaa too.
And for all of our Jewish brothers and sisters out there, Happy Hanukkah. I got some friends that are Jewish that are very close to me that are celebrating, or Hanukkah was really a few weeks ago, or started a week or so
and
ago.
That just kind of made me think about something. It'd be good for us to get to know the different cultures, to know what's celebrated and what's not. You know what I'm saying? As far
Yeah,
as seasons and stuff, I think that'd be a good idea. Just some food for thought, something to know.
that'd be cool. We might start bringing in some intercultural relationships to talk about how they
Mm.
dealing with the different holidays and blending of cultures and
Mm-hmm.
how they balance that out between their different things. I think it's time for that.
Mm-hmm. So, just real quick, I want to make a correction about the movie.
Yeah, talking to the mic.
It's called it's called Miss Scrooge. Her name is Ebenita. Cicely Tyson. Ebenita Scrooge. So it's called Miss Scrooge.
Miss Scrooge.
Yeah, it's a Christmas
Is it
Carol.
on Netflix or anything like that?
I don't know. I just found it right now. The Retelling of a Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, starring Cicely Tyson.
Okay, well, that might be something to check out because we have not heard of it really.
I saw it, so
I'm wondering how good it is, but it's got Cicely, so I'm gonna support
I know you're ashamed. Anyway.
it. Not if it was Diane Carroll. Mm. Anyway, so hey, you guys have a very safe and Merry Christmas.
Yes, happy holidays, guys.
I think we'll have one more podcast between now and New Year's. So,
Wow. Between now and 2022.
right? Ooh, it's approaching quickly. Approaching quickly. So, just again, as a reminder, January 22nd, there will be another marriage vision board party on the website, on the Facebook page, Iron Tribe, the marriage community. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely go onto Facebook and look up Iron Tribe, the marriage community, so you can actually join and participate in setting that vision for 2022.
Yes. Merry Christmas. Be safe, you guys. Just take care of your families and just big hugs from Snooks and Lubby.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Be blessed.
Bye.